Hey, it's Cody, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I achieved this look, please keep watching. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to moisturize, because you always want that base, that like smooth base. And if you don't moisturize before you put your foundation on, well, I can't help you, because foundation is what makes your skin like moist, supple and ready for the day. I like doing my eyes first because I feel like it gives you a better, like, you don't mess your foundation and stuff up as much if you do that. So what we're going to use first, we're using the Cut-crease Eye Foundation Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer Matte. It just looks like this, and it's got like a doe foot applicator, but it's not really a doe foot, and it looks like that. I'm just going to pop that all over the eye. Now after that, you want to go in with a matte shade, just like a matte white shade like this one here. It has no name, but it's from the Life of the Dance Floor palette by Revolution. I use this for the big mirror and that one shade. I have too many eyeshadow palettes. And then we're going to go in with this brush and just sweep that white all over. And then after that, I'm going to use a smaller brush and the Be Perfect Stacey Marie Carnival palette, which, as you can see, I love. It's like one of my favorite palettes. And we're going to take this shade Basic, this one right here, and we're just going to pop that through the crease to give us a base to work with as we do the cut crease. And now I will be blending this out, but if the colour goes on really harsh, like not harsh but like strong. And then once you have the right amount that you desire, you just go in with another blending brush, like so, a clean blending brush, always a clean blending brush, and you just blend that out up like so. And then when that's blended out, you just want to go in with a slightly darker colour, and we're going to we'll use Guilty, this one right here from the Carnival palette, and we're just going to pop that right in where we pop this shade, but instead of bringing it out as high, we're just going to pop it in the middle, just like this. This is just to deepen it up, so that when you finish your look, it doesn't look as I don't want to say drag queeny, but not as blocky, I suppose you could say. So just pop that in your crease like so, and go in with that same blending brush and a little bit more of that basic colour I was using, and you just want to blend those colours together like so. And then after that, I go in with another blending brush. I have so many blending brushes. This one's similar to the other one I used, the small one, and this time we're going to use, still in the Stacey Marie palette, we're going to use the colour Keen, which is like a really bright yellow colour, my favourite. Oh, yellow all day. And we're just going to use that to blend those two colours together like so. And you're going to keep going in and like with those three colours that you use, just to create the gradient that you want. We'll go in with a bit of Lit from that same palette, this colour here, or this one here, and that'll just act as a transition between the orange and the pink, so it's not as harsh. Just pop that in the middle. It's all trial and error really, so like whatever's comfortable for you, do. Because makeup's got no rules at the end of the day. Like, I just changed out my brush again. Do what's comfortable and natural for you, and you'll get a look. Like when I started doing makeup and I was doing things like this, I was like, that's gonna be terrible. But when you're finished, it just doesn't look terrible, and you're just delighted with your life. Like, it's really up to you where you're comfortable as well. Like, people could stop here if they wanted, but for me, I just couldn't do that. And to see this fallout, I don't know if you can see it, like there's some yellow there. That's okay. This is why I do my makeup, my eye makeup before my base, because I just find it's easier to clean up the mess at the end. You feel, and then you just blend it all out like so. We use that same shade we use as a base just to blend the edges, so it looks softer. like so. And then back in with the yellow just real quickly. Just to darken that back up again. See, this, the main reason I do my makeup, my base, not my base, why do I keep saying base? My eyeshadow first. So now we're going to cut the crease. And how we're going to cut the crease is we're going to place this, oopsie daisy, concealer just on the lid and then pull it out. I have a trick for this. So basically what you want to do is you want to get the concealer and you just want to pop it on the middle, like so, and then roll your eye around. And it'll just create like as high as you want to go. And then you just want to fill that in. Making it even as you go. And then when you have the basics of that done, you want to grab a little smaller brush and you just want to basically draw your eye shape with all that concealer you just placed, like so. So that's the base of the cut crease, but what I want to do is I want to bring it all the way out and taper it. So how I do that is I place some of the concealer on that little brush I was using, and then you just place it eye up and then you drag it out. And don't worry if it's not neat, because you can go in and you can even it up just before you decide to do the next step. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in real quick, and I'll show you what it's like when it's done. And this is what we have when you cut it. But I'm not finished because I'm going to bring it down here and cut down here too. And that is the crease cut. And now some people like to go in with a matte white colour here now, but I don't like doing that. What I'll do next is I'll just add some more yellow to the outer corner just to make sure that it's how I want. I'll add a bit of orange in there too, because you can never get with too much orange. I used to hate like pinks and oranges and stuff, but like lately, I don't know, as I got older I guess my taste changed. Like I used to do like dark shadow all the time, but now I'm like, give me the colour. Let me go back in with this again in the cut crease just to fix it up. It's all about like tweaking it like to your liking. When you're comfortable with it, you can move to the next step. You got what I need, and you say you're just a friend. Yeah, you say you're just a friend. Yeah, 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 you got what I need, and then you say you're just a friend. Yeah, you say you're just a friend. Yeah, 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 you got what I need, and then you say you're just a friend. Yeah, you just a friend. Yeah, 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 you got what I need. And you say you're just a friend. Then we have another brush, the same as the one I used to cut my crease, but what we're going to do with this one is we're going to take that colour, Guilty again, this one here, and we're just gonna pop it through just along where you cut the crease, just to be able, just to darken it up a little bit. If I keep moving, I apologize. I'm still getting used to being a YouTuber, I suppose, even though I'm not really, but you know, you get it. Now what you want to do, like I said, is just pop that along where you did the cut crease. And what this is going to do is it's just going to add some depth. Just like so. What's the hardest makeup thing to do with makeup that you don't know how to do? Mine is lashes. I hate lashes, but I need to learn how to do them. I struggle so hard. And then when you place that line down, you want to get that same brush you put the bit first pink colour on it, and you just want to blend it up. Like so. And literally all that's doing is giving the eye a bit more dimension. I love makeup because it's just so, I don't want to say it's easy, but once you get into it and doing it, it's like one of the best things you can ever do, in my opinion, obviously. I'm losing all my brushes. Haha, there's my yellow brush. You can go back into that yellow colour. You can just blend them together. Like so. And go back into the orange as well. Just to act as the transition. Yeah, 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 yeah. You got what I need. And you say you're just, yeah, you say you're just a friend. You got what I need. And you say you're just a friend. Yeah, you say you're just a friend. Yeah, 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 you got what I need. And you say you're just a friend. Yeah, you say you're just a friend. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera and my eyebrows, and I'll be right back. And like movie magic, the eyes are done. So what I like to do next is I like to get my foundation brush. It's just a Real Techniques buffing brush, and we put the foundation that I use is the Cut-crease 24-hour Made to Stay in the colour, where is it? Number 5, Ivory Beige. And it's a little bit darker for my skin, but I like that because I am a pale ass motherfucker queen. And we just buff that all in. I don't have to explain how to do foundation because we all know how to do foundation. So what I want to do now, after that's buffed in, make sure it's all buffing. I want to go in with concealer. I use the Cut-crease Camouflage in number 10. It doesn't make sense because it says it's a light darker shade than my foundation, but it's lighter than my foundation. I don't understand. I'm just gonna pop that under my eyes, like so. And then here too, like where I carved out the cut crease. Just want to blend that in on both sides. But make sure to cover your dark circles because your girl got them. And then I like to put it in like a V down my forehead and then on my nose. And anywhere I have spots. Like so. I started using a new brush for this actually. I use this foundation brush to do like my forehead. And I use it under the eyes as well. Because it like gets right in there, if you can see. I always get a really nice blend when I use it. I just ruin my makeup. Let me fix that real quick. Yeah, I just get a really nice blend when I use this. It just fits in all the little corners. And I appreciate it. Same on the other side. And my chin. I just love the coverage it gives me, and it was like €5 a bottle, so I'm not gonna complain about that. And now, at that time, it's time to bake. I just pop it into the lid like so, you know, like everybody does. Just to use, and then I use, where's my brush? I use the same brush I use for my concealer, because I find it like that, packing it in to your skin, it's a lot better than a brush, than a sponge. Like I do use a sponge every now and then, but I will always find myself reaching for this brush. But it's just personal preference. If you like a sponge, you like a sponge. You know. You do you, sis. You do you. And you just put that under the eyes to brighten them. Oh, I've got it all over me now. And I put a bit on my forehead, just like that. And then you obviously have to set your smile lines. And the sides of your nose and your chin. And then while that's baking away, cooking, we go in with our foundation brush. Sorry, we did foundation already. With our bronzer, and the bronzer we're using today is the Hoola. It's too dark for me, but I don't go really dark with it. And what we do with this, just get a little bit and just under your cheekbone. As you can see, that's very dark, but I will blend it out. That's why I like using the fan brush, because you get such an easy blend. And then what I like to do is, like I said, I get that same brush, the foundation brush, and we just grab some more of that satin powder. And just run it along the bottom of the contour. Now after that, I go into the bottom of my eyes. And all we're doing today, we're just gonna do a bit more orange underneath and a bit of yellow, and that's it. Just gonna blend away some of that bake that you have on there, because it's a bit in the way. And then we will go in with the brush with the red on it, and we'll just, don't go all the way in, just go to like the center of your eye. Nothing too dramatic. Just like that. And then we go back in with the accesses on the yellow brush as well. And I just blend those colours together, just to bring the whole eye look together. Nothing too dramatic. And then the bake has been on for long enough. I leave my bake on for ages, but today it's alright. I'm gonna blend that out. Get all that bake. The highlighter palette we're going to use is the Soul for Evolution one. This one. And we're just going to mix the first two colours together. For a strong light. Same sis. And then the brush I'm going to use is just this tapered one. And put it at the high points of your cheeks. Oh yes. Wow. Wowza. And then just use that down the nose, like so. Like, oh my god, I'm obsessed. more. Is lipstick. Today I am using the PS from Primark Penny's Lip Kit Matte Collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe and comment if you want. Yeah, so this is the finished look. It's probably one of my favourite looks I've done. Like, I just love the colours together, as I keep mentioning. If you want to know where I got this outfit from, I will leave it all linked down below. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.